Hey my babies, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Riahjay and I'm back with another video. Today is Tuesday morning, my babies. I just got out of a very relaxing bath and shower and my breakfast is cooking up, so I'm about to eat that. But I wanted to get this content video out the way because the channel is due for one of my famous story times. And before I get started, I hope all is well with you all and all is well with me. I hope we all are continuing to stay about happiness, peace, and love. And I hope we all are continuing to stay determined, motivated, and focused. And I hope we all are continuing to walk in the alignment of stars that Allah has for us. So with that being said, I know you clicked on a video because you seen the title. Yes, today it's story time, my babies. And today's story time is going to be about when this nigga gave me a STD. Okay, so I'm not going to disclose anybody's names because I don't want to do that, right? But one of my exes, I was dating them and I don't think we was official yet, but we were having sex. I had stated it was like 3 weeks we were dating, and then he's pressuring me to have sex, and at the time I was dating him, I was like, no, I cannot have sex with you because I just need you to know what I'm dealing with, and what I go through. So I wanted to disclose to him that I have genital herpes, and I have HPV before we got intimate, because I just wanted to give him that decision if he still wanted to date me and be with me and stuff like that. So I told him this one day, and he fully accepted me for who I am, no judgment zone, and I really appreciated him for that. And so we things went on, so we basically, I don't know if we made it official after I told him that, or I mean, obviously we made it official after I told him that. So yeah, then we started having sex, but he was already pressuring me before I even told him, but we didn't have, I waited like 3 weeks before I told him. Then I told him, and then he was okay, he didn't judge me, he still wanted to date me, and then we started having sex. So at the time I was in a shelter, so I didn't have my own place yet and stuff like that, and he lived with his mother. So we would basically like have sex outside and stuff like that. And I remember one day he came to see me at my shelter, and this was at the second facility that I was in, which was the woman's facility. And he was fingering me in the waiting room. There's like couches and stuff like that for your guests to come and visit you, because they can't come into the facility, into your room. So I remember him fingering me or whatever, and he took his finger out of my throat, y'all, and it looked like cottage cheese. Like I was about to throw up. I was like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God, what is it? He's like, nah, ma, you just real wet, you just creamy and shit like that. And I'm like, no, I'm not. That looks disgusting. So, I thought like this would go away. I don't go through that. I don't go through, anything wrong inside of my vagina as far as my genital herpes and my HPV goes. I don't even have outbreak. None of my diseases even bother me. I know that I have them, and I am living with them, but I don't have any outbreaks or anything like that as far as my diseases go. So I never been through anything like that, and then I never even had a yeast infection before. The most I've had in my past was UTIs. And if you don't know about any of this, you can scroll down to my content videos, and I talk about, for the most part, all of this. I have content videos on all of this information if you didn't watch it yet. So I remember I was just like freaking out. So I was like, I'm gonna like wait like 2 days or whatever. Maybe this is gonna go away. I don't know what's going on with me. It didn't go away, my baby. So I went to the hospital, and literally, I'm telling them, that I have genital herpes, I have HPV and stuff, but I've never been through this. I don't know what's going on with me. So, I went into the room, and then they, I undressed, they checked me or whatever, and she took one look and she knew clearly what it was. I was like, what is it? She was like, it's a STD. And I was like, what? She was like, I don't remember if she said it was chlamydia or gonorrhea, but it was one of those STDs. And I just remember feeling like distraught because I didn't understand, like, where the fuck did this come from? Clearly this had to come from, my ex at the time that I was dating, because he was the first dude that I was dating, that I was sleeping with at that time. Even 7 months prior to me even getting with him, I was only sleeping. First of all, I was celibate for 7 months, and then I started dating girls only. So I was fucking around with girls, and then was nothing was wrong, after I was fucking with these girls or whatever. And then I had my ass eaten by this one guy. But that's a whole other story. But basically, I'm telling y'all, there was no guy penetrating me except for my ex. So it's crazy that I now have a STD. So basically, the doctor ended up giving me a shot and a pill, and she was like, well, do you know who was you sleeping with? Who was your partner? So I was like, oh, my boyfriend or whatever. So I called him. I'm like, yo, you need to come to the hospital. So I'm like, yo, they saying that I have, an STD. Like, what the fuck? Like, you gave me this STD. And he was like, what? I don't have no STDs. I told you that I was clean or whatever. I showed you my papers and everything, I don't know where this came from. I'm like, well, it didn't come from me. I'm not sleeping with no guys. You know what I'm saying? You're the first guy that I've been sleeping with since fucking 8 months ago. I wasn't sleeping with no guy. The last guy I was with was my previous ex, and that, like I said, that was 8 months ago. So, he denied it. Clearly, I'm denying it because I don't know where the fuck that shit came from. But, I believe in my heart that this nigga did give me the STD. Whether he wanted to lie to me or whatever, I don't know. But long story short, I kept on dating this man. This was one of my exes, and I ended up dating him for a few years. And honestly, I should have sort of red flags at that point, as to stop dating him, and cut it off. I don't know, like, something was really wrong with me back then, where I thought like certain things was okay. Like, I'm a very caring, forgiving, kind person and stuff like that. So sometimes it can come off as being naive, But honestly, I was young, I forgive myself for not making the best choices for myself and for my life. And it's a lesson learned, Yeah, I'm pretty sure to this day, because I don't talk to none of my exes, but I'm pretty sure today, if we were to like come in contact and I would bring it up, like, yo, you gave me that STD, and he probably would still deny it, but I know he gave me that shit, because like I said, that shit didn't come from me. What else I wanted to tell you? Oh, I wanted to educate y'all really quickly on the on gonorrhea and chlamydia, the STDs. Although those those STDs, STIs are curable, they can, if not treated, quick enough, soon enough, they can really affect a woman's body to the point where she cannot produce any children. Like chlamydia can really fuck with your reproductive system and stuff like that. And syphilis could get so bad. Just syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia, if not treated right away, they can affect anybody's body to the max, and really affect it in a way where things would not go back to normal for you. Although, like I said, and y'all know that I have genital herpes and HPV, and they're not curable. I will have these for the rest of my life until there is a possible cure out in the world. But none of those diseases that I have affect me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have any outbreaks. I don't have nothing. I don't have no symptoms. Basically, is what I'm trying to tell you all. Yeah, but as far as gonorrhea and chlamydia is concerned, if you get a STD such as gonorrhea or chlamydia, they will treat you for both, because 9 times out of 10, you have both. And I don't really understand that, but I was just doing some research on it before I did this story time like 2 weeks ago. I did some research on chlamydia, gonorrhea, and stuff. And because I was trying to figure out which one did I have, and I don't necessarily that I had. And I didn't necessarily remember, because she treated me with 1 pill and a shot. And then when my ex came to the hospital as well, he got obviously the same treatment, a shot and a pill. But when I was doing the research on these STDs, STIs, it was stating that if you get gonorrhea or chlamydia, they will treat you for gonorrhea and chlamydia, both, because chances are you have both. So I hope you all enjoyed this story time, my babies. I love you all so much, and I see you all in my next video. Peace and love.